idiopathic pulmonary hypertension.
I have PH.
My sister was diagnosed with pulmonary hypertension.
I had pulmonary hypertension.
The reason I come to this event is to meet other people with PH and also to give them support because I have had the disease for a while, so I know about all the tests and all the things we go through.
Because I live in a small community, I don't have a support group, so it's really important to come and meet people at a conference. With so many people with oxygen, but they're managing and they're coping, and different stories that you hear of their symptoms. And there's just so many variations.
And no one understands what you're going through compared to someone who also has a chronic illness. So you don't really get the support that you get here anywhere else in the world. No matter if it's on Facebook, it's here that you get the support you need.
It's a great opportunity for patients not only to learn about PH, which is important, but also to see there are others that suffer from the same illness as they do.
You may even meet a neighbor from your own community that you weren't even aware was suffering from PH and is almost next door.
My favorite thing is to connect with other PHers, and we hear each other's stories and we become one big family, and I still stay connected with all of them.
Around here, you see other people with it, that your journey is not, you're not alone on your journey.
People get to share ideas together, they get to have support with each other because there's just so few of us when we're all spread out. It gives us a little bit of hope for when you're talking to other patients.
People will open up to each other, whereas they won't really open to just anyone, but they understand what you're going through, and unless you have PH, you don't understand what it's like.
I am a caregiver for my wife, and I thought it was important to get out and meet people with similar conditions.
My wife has pulmonary hypertension, so I'm here to educate myself as much as accompany her and support her. I hear from one person what they're experiencing with coming to the sessions and getting information not only from the doctors, nurses, and other patients and other caregivers. It just helps me, I guess, understand everything a little easier.
We've got to meet some great health professionals already, and some other parents and their children came in last night, so that was fun. And we're just excited to learn as much as we can over the weekend.
15 years has been an amazing time. We didn't have any treatments for pulmonary hypertension prior to that. Now we have 7 treatments, and patients learn about these through their physicians, but they're always kind of leery and cautious, not knowing really what it's like. They come to conference and they see patients on these therapies, they get to talk to them, and so it's really helped patients accept those therapies more widely. So PHA Canada makes sure that the programming is relevant for patients and also people that help them look after themselves, their caregivers. So there's educational sessions, there's support sessions, there's sessions on how to do exercise properly. So it's really about living well with PH.
I've had 2 excellent sessions today. One was on telling your story in the most effective way. And the second one that I just had now was on breathing. She taught us different ways to control your breathing. One was by putting your fingers together and breathing through your chest and your abdomen, and how important slowing down your breathing is, not just for stress, but for patients, for getting oxygen into all parts of the body.
In coming to these meetings, we can often get a glimpse of the other issues that bother patients that may not come across in our regular clinic meetings?
They've introduced a lot of new sessions with respect to the emotional aspect, as well as exercise, nutrition, and things that weren't always discussed with the patient and the family just a few years ago.
I know so much more now than I did a few days ago about what's coming and new research, new medication coming out. So I came into this a little less hopeful, and I'm leaving it very hopeful. We're running a children's program so that the parents can attend the conference and so that the children have something fun to do, and they're making activities like thumbprint necklaces that they can bring to the parents afterwards.
I like going to conferences because there's always stuff for kids and teenagers that like you can paint or make bracelets.
You get to meet people that are struggling with the same thing you have, and it helps because you can talk about what you're feeling and see, like, is it the same? I talked about like the medication they're on and what they went through, and I talked to someone with a transplant, and like so it got my mind open to like what other people are dealing with.
This is my first peak that I ever climbed, called Kalapatar. It was 18,500 feet, and I'm actually up here, I'm actually feeling shortness of breath and a little bit of a headache. And when we went down, we went to this medical tent, and I started talking to one of the clinical researchers there. I was talking about pulmonary hypertension with him, and he told me that the same symptoms I'm feeling at high altitude, the shortness of breath and the slight headache and the just fatigue, is actually the same symptoms your friend Ian is feeling. And at that moment, I kind of realized the magnitude of it, and I had an amazing, tremendous respect for Ian.
The young climber, he was outstanding. It was very inspirational. You know, the things that he was doing to raise awareness was impressive, to say the least.
To have a speaker like that, I think it gives other people hope and ideas. I mean, now I want to do something bigger and better, you know what I mean? So just to see that if a 15-year-old can climb all these mountains and raise $25,000 in 1 year, what can I do?
3 conferences over 6 years have been very exciting to build our national community, and we definitely want to keep building it, making it bigger, increasing awareness, but also we're going to take that excitement to the smaller community level with regional and more community-focused meetings.
Just being part of a group of people that have PH, you understand it, and it makes it a lot better because you have hope.